Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Board Games Unlocked, and Brad and I are continuing and finishing our top 20 anticipated games of 2026. The last video was meant to be a whole, like that we were supposed to do all 20, but I'm like, I don't want a 4 hour video.
Yeah.
So yeah, just broke it up into two halves. But now the last video, who really cares about those games? They were just here, just for someone to talk about. Now, these are the ones. These are the games that are going to be our top 10 games of 2026. None of them are going to backfire. They're all going to be amazing. Um, and I was actually looking at 2025's top 10. I'm like, oh, was that the case? Is that going to be the case for this year? Probably not. One, because not every single game that I was excited for last year delivered.
Right.
Um, But yeah, like I said in the last video, this is kind of a more informal top 20 list. We obviously have BGG pulled up, and we just casually talk about them. Mainly because these games aren't out yet. There's nothing really to critique them on. It's just sometimes we go over vibes. Like, hey, I like this theme. That's enough
Yep.
for me to be excited for. But but yeah. Are you ready,
Sure
Bradley?
thing. Yep.
My number 11, the honorable mention to the top 26 is, oh my God, another boss battler.
Surprise,
I'm
surprise.
excited. Uh, hey, I don't want to hear it whenever you have seven boring ass Euros on your list.
I
Oh
only
wow,
have
it's another brown board.
I only have a couple more euros, like four more, five more maybe.
Mine is Battleforge Berserker by CGS, the Creative Game Studio. This company did Dante Inferno, which I finally got my copy of. Um, and it's of course at the end of the year, so I'm not going to get a chance to play it. And then Chronicles of Drunagor. I do like this company. I'm excited for this one because it is, of course, a boss battler, but with like this. Do you remember Lords of Hellas?
Yeah.
No one really does, but well, that was Greek. So then they did Lords of Ragnarok, which is Norse. That is the vibe that this gives me, where it is Norse gods and like this steampunk, they say biomechanical monstrosities, but you are not competing, but you are competing against, I guess, the boss to kill them. Like, and BTG, I'm actually amazed doesn't have as much information on it. You think they would just rip it straight from here. But yeah, I really like this idea. Of course, like I said, I love boss battlers. They're like, I'm just so happy there's a ton of them now because competition only breeds excellence. And yeah, this Norse mythology with like the sci-fi element to it is a really cool combination. I even liked it in the Lords of Hellas idea. It's just that game wasn't that amazing. So they have a really cool Rondell action selection system. I feel like Rondells kind of went by the wayside. Funny enough, it felt like they were always like really huge for like 10, 15 years ago.
Well, they're in a lot more euros than
Yeah.
these kind of games, you know?
Yeah. I guess I've only seen them in, I mean, technically Great Western Trail is a Rondell, but because you just go in a loop to be able to do stuff. But then there was that other game, if you remember, Perdition's Mouth. You remember
Hmm.
this one?
Yeah.
That one had a like a Rondell action selection system. So I think it's really cool. But yeah, it's a boss battler. It is I don't actually know if it's a campaign. Does it say it's a campaign? Um Master tactical boss battler for 1 to 5 players where you may fight as a champion from Valhalla or as an Ironborn god. It doesn't say
What
anywhere. These minis look
what does
amazing
BGG
though.
say?
Um
Doesn't say campaign
Ichiro,
either, huh?
no, it might be a one shot, which is perfectly fine with me. I mean, because there's a boss battler that I just got in called Grim Coven that is also not a campaign. And you just level up through the course of a few hours while you're fighting against one boss. And I think that is more than enough. So if it's kind of just like that, where you get to, because the thing is like with these games, you get a really awesome snapshot of like, cool, I got to level up and get really powerful through, let's say it's a 2.5 hour uh session. You could refight the boss and then just build differently. I think that that's really cool. So love the theme, love boss battlers. So very excited for this one. And it's from a company that is, they deliver like their
Yeah.
stuff. So that's my honorable mention.
I almost backed this one. I didn't end up backing it, but
Yeah,
all right.
like I know for like a little ways back we were talking about like not backing the same games. I think what it's going to end up being is I don't
You're
back
right.
Euros
Yeah.
and you don't back like campaign games because it's like, oh, I'll just play your Euros and you'll play my campaign games. We have a
Yeah.
very harmonious relationship. I'm just waiting for you to
Well,
sign those divorce papers so we can finally be together.
God. my my let's move on. My number 11, I think you backed too, and it's a euro. So, I mean, that
I
already
doubt it.
right there is breaking it. But you may not have either. This I when I talked earlier about whatever game it was, when I talked about Revenant being my
Hmm.
first Awakened Realms, this is actually Awakened Realms as well. Um, this is a special version of a old Euro that spent a long, 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 long time as the number one game on BGG back in the day. Um, and that's going to be Puerto Rico Special Edition.
Oh,
Um, it also is called Puerto Rico 1897 on BGG for some reason. I don't know why it's called that, but because the game found page doesn't even say 1897. So
yeah.
anyway,
I did
but
not back this.
okay, I couldn't remember if you did or not, but but I love Puerto Rico anyway. I've always loved Puerto Rico from back in the day, the even the boring looking versions. But now they have the kick-ass version. They kind of did the same thing with this as they did with Castles of Burgundy, which I guess I like
Hmm.
because that's Awakened Realms too, right? So I guess I have
Yep.
played an Awakened Realms game, so there you go. But
Yeah, it's not their
they went
design though.
right. But they went through this phase where they're remaking these classic old games. Um, and Puerto Rico is one I knew I needed to jump right into because since I knew I liked the game. I did not do the biggest version of this one though,
Okay.
because after looking through everything, because like I did the version that had um, the hold on, it had
Not the cool
the core, it
stuff.
had the core box, the deluxe components, the acrylic tiles, stretch goals, and the playmat. But I did not do the 3D terrain stuff, and that stuff for me just
Oh
kind of
yeah.
gets in the way, and it made it jump up in price. And then I did not do the huge edition that came with a book and the the San Juan card game and all that stuff. Like I didn't need any of that, so
Oh, gotcha.
I just did the 146 version. It just has the game with the deluxe components. It still has the boats, and all that stuff. It just doesn't have like
Yeah,
the buildings.
I mean this is stellar components. I don't know.
Yeah,
Did you do
yeah.
the sun drop?
I did not.
Um,
The first thing I've ever done sun drop on was
ugh.
uh, was the last one, the one we were just talking about. What was it? Below Asylum.
Oh,
I
aside,
finally
yeah,
did. I finally did it on that for the first time. Um, knowing that from now, I'll probably do that with most of them. But I've just never,
yeah.
you know. But yeah, this one I did not of these Awakened Realms remakes. I did not do the Agricola one because I don't really like Agricola, so that's why I didn't do any of that. But
I
Castles of
mean,
Burgundy.
I at this point I'd be surprised if you didn't like Agricola,
Oh, I'm
like
sure.
just
I
because.
played it like 10 years ago, if not more,
Yeah,
probably
exactly.
15 years ago. But like I said, Caverna and Feast for Odin are updated, better versions of Caverna or of Agricola anyway, especially
Yeah.
Caverna. So I don't know. Anyway, that this one, I'm really excited. It's actually preparing to ship. It's
Oh,
supposed to be
okay.
here in it's supposed to be here in like January, is what they're
Nice.
saying because it's on the boats now and all that crap. So I should be getting it, by the new year or around the new year. So, but yeah, this one top notch. I can't wait to get my hands on it and see what a pretty version of this game plays like.
I definitely wanna try it. Like, yeah, I mean, you're right. I really like Castles of Burgundy. This could be one that when we play it, that I'll be like, damn it, I need to get it. And then I was backing the Agricola one for like everything, and then
I
I
know.
came to my senses, and I'm like, I've never even played Agricola. What am I doing?
Yeah,
But it's so much stuff, and that's how they get you.
it
Like,
is.
fuck.
Yeah.
I just want all that shit for no reason.
So you haven't played regular Puerto Rico then, right? The way is
No,
what I'm hearing. Okay.
no, there's actually a
Yeah.
lot of staples that I've never played Le Havre either. Never played
Yeah.
Caverna.
La Havre I
Um,
have. I haven't played it in a long time, but I have it too, and it's really good.
yeah.
But I'm curious
There's
to
like
see
a
what their next
section.
game's going to be that they
Yeah,
redo.
no,
You
exactly.
know?
Yeah, Awakened Realms just is also a phenomenal company. Like, especially with their um customer service. Whenever my stalker pledge was like in a weird thing, they like ended up finding it and getting it to me really quickly. And they kept up with me on like, hey, let me know whenever it gets delivered and stuff. So they were pretty awesome.
Well,
I know
and
they get a lot of flack because of their AI art is like
eh,
their like the biggest thing. But I was doing some research on that because that's what people really hate on them for. And I'm not about to get into that, but from what I had found was they use AI art as a concept, but then have a team of artists that actually um do the final product.
yeah.
What they say,
I,
I don't know.
I did have until I started really breaking down the games. I did have Agricola Dead Harvest on my list. But then I
Oh,
got to
that's
looking, and
right.
I was like, it's not even because then it has it listed as 2027 on BGG. I was like, because it hasn't even had the campaign, so I was like, I took it off
Gotcha.
because I just assumed it was going to be 2026. But when it said
Yeah,
2027, because that's one I really am interested in, because having the zombie version of that would be kind of cool, I think. But
sure.
but yeah, so Puerto Rico special edition, it's going to be awesome.
Nice. All right, now we're into the top 10. And what's super fascinating about my top 10 is it would not have been on this list at all had I not been playing the first version so many times. Actually, it's one that you and I have recently played together. I did not back it because I never got I did get my stuff, but at the time it was on crowdfunding, I didn't have my stuff, and I'm like, okay, I don't even know if this game is going to be any good. I don't want to just back it just because I have the first stuff. Now I'm waiting on the pledge manager to open for Terrorscape 2. I am so stoked for this. Because Terrascape 1 is so much fun in my opinion. Um this was the game. I forgot Nexus was competitive, but this was the one that I saw that I'm like, "Oh yeah, this is competitive kind of."
Yeah,
It's one versus many, but this one completely flips it on its head with the fact that the one is usually the one that's hiding. In this case, it's the many that are hiding. And like Terrascape 2 introduces three new killers, five new survivors. So the core game, kind of like the core game in one, is three killers, five survivors. And I have played the core game of Terrascape so many times with all the different killers feel radically different from one another. Um, I love this gimmicky dice tray, dice tower thing that's
mhm.
like the screen for all the players.
Yeah,
Um, and it just works. And their storage solution that they did for Terrascape 1 is so efficient. Um, and there are a few differences for this one because in the first one, because I actually looked it up, uh, the first one you win, like the heroes win by finding five keys, repairing the radio five times, and then waiting 5 rounds. Uh, and that's it. And then the killer wins by killing one of the survivors. In Terrascape 2, they have like five different ways the game can end. The five keys, the five radios. I think there's like a repair sled thing is one way. Um, or they can actually learn the weakness of the killer, which I don't know if it is unique to the killer. I don't know how, but it's essentially they can learn a weakness of the killer and they can all band together and they all get like this one big final dice chucking group effort to try and hit like 20 strength or something to try and kill him. And if they do that, then they actually kill him and win that way. But if they don't, they just lose. So it's kind of like more ways the survivors can win, but now a few more ways that the killer can win. And I think it's cross compatible.
I would bet it would
I
be. You'd think it would
yeah,
be.
I cannot remember. I think I remember seeing something on their crowdfunding that it's like if you do use the Terrascape 1 stuff, you have to use Terrascape 2 rules. Um but I don't know. I don't know if because if the weakness effect is unique to all killers, that would mean they'd have to do that for
Okay.
all the previous
Yeah.
ones. So it might just be generic weakness, which would be fine. I would prefer it to be unique to the killer. That'd be cool. But yeah, no, I'm enamored with the first one. I don't know if you ended up liking it as
I did.
much as
Yeah, it
like
was fine.
you did.
I
Okay.
liked it. Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
it was good.
So, because we did two of the two killers, right? We did the Butcher and then we did the
The Wraith
Spectre.
or Spectre,
Yeah.
whatever it's called.
Yeah. And it's such a blast. So I'm very excited for this to come out. Um, I wasn't super thrilled with how long it took them to get me my shit because I wanted to back this, but I wasn't going to spend, $300 on the game. I didn't want to pay for this and then turn around, play the game, my first
Yeah, and then it'd
copy,
be
and then it
shit.
turns out, yeah,
Yeah.
but and this game is excellent. Terrascape 1 anyway is excellent at like at a two-player game too, I think. The
Yeah, because you have to play with four characters, right, all the time.
Yep.
So you play a two-player, one person's controlling four, and it's really easy to compare to control them. So
Yeah, yeah, and then the fact is it kind because the game actually tells you um like the rules say that the survivors can whisper. I think the only thing I don't think they can do is like write stuff down. But in a lot of these games, the like if the many people can't secretly talk to one another. It has to be all open information where information can slip, where it's like, oh shit, I know where they are. This game encourages the mystery. It's they did an awesome job with this, so I'm very excited for Terrascape 2.
yeah.
Anyway, that was my number 10.
All right, my number 10 is a game that had a lot of hype. Um, and obviously the hype drew me in because I like the theme seems very intriguing to me on this one. Um, I know one of the big complaints about this was the cost because it seemed like it was more expensive than what it should be, but that didn't stop me from backing it anyway. And that is the Game Makers. Um,
This was in my
this
short list as well.
Yeah, this one I'm super excited for because um, you are running a game you're a game manufacturer and you're
Hmm.
collecting resources and using your workers properly and doing all this stuff. And once you have all the necessary plastic and workers and different punch board and all that crap, you can use that stuff to develop a game, and then that game goes and it sets up like on your display case, of the legendary games you've created. And I mean, and I think the unique thing is they got all these. There's 100 real world publishers that they
Yeah,
got permission to use games. So there's over 300 real world games in this, which is probably why it was expensive because they had to,
that's
they
a,
wanted
that's
to
a
put,
million percent why. You
yeah,
like
yeah.
you're paying those I
It's free
wonder
advertising.
it's free. Yeah, it's free advertising and it's also like I wonder if these companies are getting like royalties for every
Maybe.
time you make their game. Hey, I made Scythe and Stonemaier's like,
Oh God.
that's 5 cents. Come on,
They've been making
Bezier, give us our money.
Netrunner is even a game in this, which
Is it really?
I'm gonna make every time. But but
You
that it
lose every
also
single game, but you made Netrunners.
but it has multi-use cards, which is another awesome thing. But I think the I guess you want to call it gimmick of this game is there's a big rondelle in the middle.
Oh, hey, I
Big
was just talking about
a big
Rondales.
plastic rondelle that turns around and everybody simultaneously picks their stuff from their slot.
Mm,
as it goes. I don't know. I'm really excited to see how this goes and like see how realistic it is with the creating your manufacturing games and how the worker placement
yeah.
stuff goes
I wonder if they
and
have
all
a
that stuff.
section where you take a bunch of money from people and you don't fulfill the game. I wonder if they have any of like Mythic Games or Wise Wizard mechanisms in
Maybe,
here.
maybe. I
That would be fucking funny though.
what I'm picturing this does, because I haven't watched anything about this really, but what I'm picturing is that there's going to be these game cards out, and then one or you draft them or however you get them into your stable, and then you have to like get enough of the
Oh.
resources done to put it out. I think is kind of what you're
Yeah, my
doing.
concern with this one is exactly like what you mentioned. This cover is never been done before anywhere. Like I recognize every single game
Yep.
on this cover. I've played probably like two-thirds of them.
Yeah. I'd say
Hell,
probably
I even
so.
know like this one's Return to Dark Tower.
Yep.
Like it's amazing, but my worry is that that's all this game is ooh, like Lost Ruins of Arnak. Okay, but if I'm making that, like, is it even closely related to the game you're making? Like, I know
Yeah.
it doesn't have to
I
be
don't
like,
know.
but it's like, is every single card going to be the exact same, more or less, but it has a different board game on it?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure, but to me, that was worth the risk. I mean, there was so much hype on this game and everything when it came
Hmm.
out, and I let me see here really quick, but I think I may have to get the all in pledge for it was
Dude, it was like what, 300-400 bucks? It was
not that
up
high.
there.
It was 200,
Okay.
but still, I mean, for you know,
For
depending,
a standard game, if this did not have all of these IPs on it, this game would be $60.
right?
Yeah.
So I mean, it is what it is at that, but I really think, I mean, it was worth it to me to try it out because we get these big games like this, the quicker we can get them played. If they aren't good for us, the quicker we can sell them and recoup most of our money back.
That's true.
So or
Yeah.
how it
Nope,
was
that makes
back in the
sense.
day, or how it was back in the day, we would play your copy. It would
I
suck, and then I
know.
would sell my in-shrink copy.
I know. Now it's not me because I'm not backing these kinds of games right now. Ugh. But
Yeah,
what's probably going to happen in it's going to be the opposite. We're going to play your copy. It's going to be really good. Then I'm going to have to go ahead and buy it versus being like, "Oh, I can
and
sell
you're gonna
my
have to
copy."
overpay it. You're gonna have to overpay it, overpay for it.
Yeah, probably. That's what's going to happen. It's amazing. This game isn't even out yet, but yeah, it's a 7.1.
Yeah, I don't know how that crap
And
goes.
people are like, "Oh, I like 10 of these games on the cover."
Yeah.
It's a 9.
Well, the other thing that
Uh,
worried me about this was this Bezier. I'm not like the biggest fan of Bezier stuff, but
that's true. You are
it,
not. I
it
like
looks like
Bezier
they're
enough.
yeah.
Suburbia and Castles of Mad King Ludwig. I mean,
Mhm.
those are great. So I am excited, or I guess I wouldn't say excited. I am cautiously optimistic about
Right.
this one. I think
Yep.
it could be really. It's either gonna be really good or painfully mediocre.
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't think it's gonna be bad.
Right.
Yeah, nice. All right, my number 9, Brad.
Yep. As a boss
What kind of game
battler.
do you think? No, actually, it's not, but it is a narrative-driven campaign game
Oh, there you go.
called Hell Legends. Now, this one I'm actually intrigued or surprised that you didn't even look at because it is incredibly like Diablo inspired.
Interesting.
I'm
I don't
gonna have
even
to
know if
go
I even
to.
looked at it.
You might not have
There's
actually.
so many games that have the damn Satan on the front and all that, or
It's
demons on the front,
dude,
and it's just
it's
like,
so and this name is just so fucking boring. Hell, really? It'd be funnier if they called it Heck, like Heck Legends.
excellent.
That would crack me up. Um, but this also was one, like I said, it has like that Chronicles of Drunagor, that 3D element,
Right.
of terrain, which I mean I think is kind of neat. But these are the character trays down here, like with the different skill trees that you upgrade for, and then you have to manage like your magic and then your health, your character's unique abilities, a bunch of different loot. Uh, so out of all the games that I talked about in the last video, that both two games mentioned deep character customization, this is one that legitimately looks like it. Instead of being told, "Hey, there's a lot of character customization," I have actually I can see it here with just the sheer amount of skill trees and different builds you can go for your particular class. In fact, I actually before I even backed this, I was watching some YouTuber covering it, and they had like no subscribers but insane production quality
Right.
for their videos, and I'm like, I think they had more subscribers than I do, but like not by much. So I was like, God damn, like they are really knocking it out of the park. But yeah, so inspired by legendary games like Diablo and crafted for adult players, the board game offers unparalleled freedom in character development. I need that. So yeah,
Yes.
one-shot legends, solo and co-op, game modes, no downtime. This is also something that's very important in a lot of games. Hero actions can be split freely, which is really cool. I love that O sword mechanic or system where it's like, all right, Brad, you're gonna do this, and then you're gonna do something else because then I can do something, and then that's gonna allow him to do this, and then you just kind of have this interconnected weave of setup and payoff versus like, all right, Brad, you do everything on your turn. Now it's
Right.
his turn. It allows a lot more creativity whenever you're overcoming any obstacle. So very excited for this one. I mean, I'm actually not even a fan of Diablo, but I understand why people would be into Diablo. So I think this one could be a lot of fun with just the character development and this interconnective action system.
Yeah.
So so yeah, we shall see. Again, if you have some actual awesome character development, I'm gonna be in on it.
Yep.
So that's
All
my
right.
number nine, Hell Legends.
We're going in for another Euro. So I guess game makers would be considered a Euro. So I guess this is my third Euro in a row on this list. Um, so this one is one I
Yeah,
just
God, you
heard
gotta break it up.
about. This is one that I just heard about maybe 2 weeks ago. They kind of announced it a little bit. It's not going to be a crowdfunding campaign or anything, from what I understand. Um,
Oh,
but it is, and you're gonna, I don't know, because there's no pictures really, except for cover pictures on BGG. So, and this is the newest version of Brass. It's Brass Pittsburgh. Um, and this one takes place a little bit after the other
I like
ones.
the cover.
Yeah, it's going to be cool, I think. But this one takes place during the industrial boom of the
Okay.
Gilded Age in the Northeast. So obviously Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and stuff like that, the Steel Belt. So you're going to be, I don't know how similar it's going to, like, because I never did play Lancashire to know much about that, but this one seems to me like it's going to kind of expand on those a little bit, like because it's going to be a little
It
bit
is
more in the future.
it's right here.
Um,
It
oh,
is
okay. See,
crowdfunding.
I didn't know if it was or not. I hadn't clicked on or heard anything about
No
it or
one
anything. So
makes regular games anymore. It's all crowdfunding
I have, I have, I have two games left on my list that are not crowdfunded,
that are not crowdfunding.
not crowdfunded.
Uh-huh.
Yep, and they're not. I guarantee it. All right. So anyway, but yeah, this one uses the same sort of brass system that the other two games do, but this one like I said, takes place a little bit more in the future from Birmingham because
Yeah.
Birmingham goes to like 1870. Um, so this one's going to hit, and plus a different part of the country or
When
whatever.
was
So
this? This was in what year? 19th century. Okay.
19th,
Oh,
right?
late.
But
So like 1890s.
yeah, so it's probably going to go. Yeah, so it's probably going to take a little bit after Birmingham, but like it says here, you're going to take on the role of a ruthless industrial titan in the age of Vanderbilt, Carnegie, Rockefeller, and Frick. So I this one's like the steel boom. So I picture there being like a lot of building, you know. Yeah, so because brass ended in 1870, brass Birmingham,
Oh, okay.
because I looked it up. So this is just the next 30 years after that.
Got it.
Um,
Okay.
so I think there's going to be, because it says you're going to be building sprawling networks of railways, pipelines, steel mills, oil refineries, and more.
Hmm.
I would assume there's going to be some like buildings and stuff too that you're going to be doing, since it
I
was
wonder
this
if it's going to
steel
have that
belt.
cutthroat element. I don't know if Lancaster has that, but like the in brass Birmingham where you could like use other people's resources. I
Yeah, I'm
wonder
not
if that's
sure.
like a staple in these games.
Um,
Um,
it just says it introduces innovative new mechanisms and content while maintaining the
okay.
overall structure and depth.
I'm
So
sure it's going to be a hit. Like, I mean, brass Birmingham is still number one, I think.
yeah, and then Lancashire's 20.
Damn.
So
Yeah. Like I mean, to be fair, I think like this is number one through fucking hate, like hate rating. It's so fucking weird. But
yeah,
yeah, I mean, hell, that cover is a lot better than this one,
yeah,
even though I kind of like this cover. But it does not have Matt Tomlin on it.
right.
Like Brass Birmingham just has Martin Wallace and
Yep.
Gavin Brown.
So anyway, this one I'm interested in because I need to play Lancashire too, also because I've heard it's different than brass, so you could have both of them. Initially I went for
But
Birmingham because I
Lancashire,
thought they were,
this was this one remade?
no, the
Okay.
only one the original brass. Well, this I guess this one could have parts of the original, because the original that came out in like the 90s was the horrible cover of brass.
Yeah.
It was just called brass.
You're
Um,
right.
and it was horrible looking. Um,
I can't find it.
yeah, and then they came out with brass Birmingham and Lancashire at the same time. So I'm wondering. I think they split ideas from that one into both of these, and then just build off of them. So I don't
Kind of
know.
fucking crazy that Birmingham came out in 2018 and this one that we're talking about now is 8 years later.
Yep.
It's wild.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see what it's like.
I'm
I'm
sure it'll be another 7 out of 10.
maybe
Like,
maybe maybe it'll be one of those that are getting more recent. So you'll start. They're eventually going to do brass. The millennial age or something like that, and it'll.
they might. When was like what's the next era after this?
After the Gilded Age, I don't know.
Um, what came after? Oh, dude, it's insane. Like,
Yeah,
how
the Progressive
the
era,
progressive era?
so to the 20s. So
Yeah, I mean they might. I mean they could
yeah,
go all the way up to I don't know. Like I think it's more interesting if they go up to not modern day. Like right
right.
up to like the what 60s? Because nothing has really changed all that much. It's not
Yeah.
necessarily historical if you're talking about
Yep.
technology.
So anyway,
Cool.
that's my number 9.
Nice. My number eight is a game that I would imagine quite a few people would think is higher on my list. However, uh, this company whereas is amazing. I've done my reviews on this. One of their games is my favorite game of all time, and their second game I think is slightly better than okay, slightly above average. So their next game that should be coming out next year, I'm kind of torn, and that is Enormity. So this is from Into the Unknown, same company that made Aeon Trespass Odyssey and Kingdoms Forlorn. This is their sci-fi version that has similar elements to their other games. The battles are still the same. Um, but I think it was on here. Enormity. Maybe it was a Kickstarter. It was stupid. There it is. So it is, yeah, it's their sci-fi game, but they have it, I think, mentioned as like a roguelike kind of feel to it. I don't think they're gonna say category. I don't think roguelike is like a category on Board Game Geek, which it really should, because I think a lot of companies are kind of making roguelikes now. Um, but an extraction dungeon crawler that offers epic boss battles and can be enjoyed in one-shot sessions or interconnected modular campaigns. So this has a similar element to what Kingdoms Forlorn is. Instead of one big overarching narrative based broken up by cycles, you kind of, because I've played the demo of this, you have like this extraction thing where you go into the ship and you have an objective that you're trying to deal with, and then it most likely ends on the boss battle. But depending on what you've done in each extraction, that can create future progression for each kind of run. Um, so and it adds, I mean, it's sci-fi, so it adds a bunch of, highly technological equipment with guns and a unique different system that they've used instead of like the way that it's done in Kingdoms Forlorn or Aeon Trespass Odyssey. It's a similar vibe but different. It's a unique take on it. So a lot more exploration based within each run whenever you're going into the ship into different pages. I am just now a little bit more hesitant with this company because I love ATO so much. Kingdoms Forlorn isn't quite matching up to that. So I'm not running into this game blind or like where it's just like, oh, but into the known can't do no wrong. It's like, well,
Yeah.
turns out they kind of can. Now I'm still extremely excited for it. Um, but I just don't know quite how it's going to end up stacking up whenever I have the physical copy. Because at the same time, I don't know if you played any game on like Tabletop Simulator or
I have
anything?
on the
Okay.
occasion. Yeah.
It's clunky as hell. Like I really hate the user interface for tabletop. It doesn't ever feel quite right. I always feel like the controls are in the way of me enjoying the game.
Board Game Arena is the best one, but you have to pay like a subscription fee. But Board Game Arena is badass. Like
Really? Okay.
everything is like smooth, and
Okay.
that's the place to do, because a lot of these Kickstarters will go to BGA. Um, like where
Yeah.
you can play them before while the campaign's going and stuff.
Yeah, and that's actually how that's how I did this one. I actually have a video on eNormity. I played it with another YouTuber. Um, but yeah, it's like just I playing the physical copy is always going to be better in my opinion. Um, so that's why I'm not holding the demo quite against it, like I was, um, or like I would if it wasn't as clunky to play around with. God, I'm just trying to get past the stretch goals. I just want to show that there we go. Yeah. So I I mean it's at number 8. I'm still extremely excited because if this needs to lean more towards ATO though than Kingdoms Forlorn is kind of where I'm at. So if it does, I mean hard science fiction, aliens and Lovecraft with a touch of old Star Wars? Hmm. But yeah, could be really good. This one feels like it could be a bigger departure from the other two, but we shall see.
I like how they had to
Uh,
put in old Star Wars, not the new shit.
yeah, not the garbage new trilogy. Yeah. So I still think it could be awesome. It's a ton of content. So that's my number 8, Enormity.
My number 8 is the game that was on this list last year, and it was supposed to come out
Ooh.
this year, but it got pushed back because of tariffs and this and that. But they're getting
Yep.
close. I think they're looking at Q1 in 2026 to deliver.
Okay.
And it's another Euro, so this is 4 in a row. So actually, I miscounted my Euros. But
Yeah, it turns out I have 10. I have 10 euros.
no. This one is Tameri, Tameri. Um,
To
this
marry.
yeah, this is
Oh, yeah. I think I remember you
yeah,
talking. Oh, with the
this one's
balls.
one. Yes, this one is one that um, you have your own quadrant, and you're playing against other people. But what happens is you drop marbles into the pyramid, and they, depending on what numbers come out into your river, will determine what the weather is, and will determine how your crops grow. So
That's
there's
kind
the
of
random,
neat.
yeah, there's a little bit of a randomization of where those marbles go. So I don't know what colors do what. I would assume blues make it a fruitful. You got a lot of weather, like a lot of rain, so stuff's going to grow more. And yellows or
Yeah.
oranges a drought, or something like that. I don't know how the exact works, but you are going through that, and then so you're farming the land, you're constructing buildings, you send priests to temples, do stuff. There's card abilities and stuff. You can build sphinxes. There's all kinds of stuff. There's tracks, obviously, that looks like you're going to be going up. Um, but I just like that it adds a little bit of theme to the Euro, and randomness a little bit to change maybe how you have to play. Because I'm sure um, that you're still able to do stuff even if you do have a drought. I'm sure there's stuff that
Yeah,
you're
it's like, oh, well, they didn't. I
well,
have a
right.
drought because I
So
can't. I
so I
lose
don't
all my points.
right. So I don't know, like, if you have a drought and you're not able to do that, if you're able to switch and do something that turn to send priests, to this or build or stuff like that. Um, and it's everything. So, and I don't know what sends the stuff into the pyramid either. I don't know a whole lot about it other than
Mm.
it's just I just like that deal because it looks like it's pretty simple. I mean, the marbles drop, tells you the weather, and then you're gonna do your turn from there. It looks like it has some worker
It
placement
looks
stuff.
like, yeah, it looks like it might be a simpler Euro, but I think the gimmick of the marbles could still make it kind of fun.
And it looks like actually those pictures you were clicking on,
Yep.
I don't think you have a quadrant. I think you get to do different actions in each quadrant because if some of the meeples were in different places, like, well, it wasn't that way. It was one of the other pictures that you clicked on, but there was like yellow and red meeples in the same side and stuff. Um, so I'm wondering if you can go to any of the quadrants. Yeah, I like that one because there's tracks. I
Oh
like
yeah.
there. So it looks like I'm wondering if you can go into all the quadrants and do different things, So, but it's with it being worker placement, there's limited spots. That's probably where it is. Like if you want to grow, gather your farm, then you need to try to get into one of them. So anyway, I don't know, but like I said, I don't know a whole lot about it. I just know that little what he's doing his finger
I
for
don't know.
but this was one like I was really excited about, for last year, and then of course they got pushed off to 2026, so it's going to be on my list this time. It hasn't hit that. Yeah, I know it's going to deliver. Like they have the stuff. The stuff's created. It's just a matter of getting it over here now, I think, and everything. So
Right. How many, actually, speaking of tariffs, how many companies for games you back, did like reached out and was like, hey, we have to add a tariff charge? I didn't have as many as I thought.
I
Like,
don't
I
know
think
if
a
I had.
few.
I don't know
You
if I
didn't have
had
any?
any. There was one that
Interesting.
said if you would like to, but
I had
they
one that
didn't.
was like
They didn't.
that, was like, hey, if you want to help out, like, you can. Um, but I think there were like a few, but it was like $10 or something. I was kind of surprised with a lot of these publishers that were like, oh, well, we're just gonna wait and see how it goes. And it
Yeah.
all worked out for the most part. But um,
Yes.
cool. Yeah, I mean, I also want to give this a shot. 'Cause I think that marble thing could be gimmicky, but it could be fun.
Well, it makes me feel better that you're able to go into all the zones because then it's like you're not getting screwed if your zone gets.
I right.
So I
It's
think
like,
I think
oh,
it just
good.
depends on what worker placement spots, or
Yeah.
so it makes worker placement more important. But
Yay, another drought. All my people are starving. All right. My number seven, I definitely don't think is on your list. I don't even think you backed it.
you don't
Is
know.
probably the most ambitious game on my entire list. Not probably, it is the most ambitious game. This company has released so much info for this game, and yet it almost comes across as saying a lot without saying anything. And that is Spirit Fire,
No, I didn't back this.
which doesn't even have like what's so fucking weird about it, I don't even know why it's a 5.9.
People, I don't know, people just doing their
Yeah,
thing.
but like, you know what's weird about this? There's no date next to it.
Yeah,
Um, so it's by Orange Nebula, which also made Unsettled and
vindication.
Vindication.
Yep.
So the company makes good games, and but this one is like this really weird hybrid open world game that is probably like what Mythwind wanted to be or Threshold from Open Owl Studios. This almost feels like it's even more of that with a bunch of different realms and areas you go to with this insane character development, like introspective character choices and stuff. I think the biggest issue that probably has this at a low rating for no reason because the game is not even fucking out yet. But like I said, they have released so much stuff, but in the weirdest fucking way. Backing this game was a goddamn chore because it's designed to be one player, but then for some reason no company stands by their own conviction. They're just like, "Hey, we made a solo game. Never mind. We'll tack on this fucking two-player mode where it's like if he has a copy, he and I can join our games." It's so fucking weird. Just make the damn solo game, and if people want it to be multiplayer, they can play other fucking games. But yeah, they had this character box and realm box, so you have your own character, like I said, that you're building and morphing over the course of each play, and then you pick a realm that is like this whole unique world that you just kind of hop into and explore. Like, I mean, this is insane. Inspired by a love of TCGs, MMOs, roguelite like loops, Metroidvania map development. These are all like like what do they call it? Like dopamine pings for me.
Yeah.
Because it's like, wow, Metroidvania, amazing. Roguelike, amazing. Well, MMO doesn't really do much for me, but fantasy fiction and it's it's wild. You explore a series of open world maps, uncovering new locations and quests. Like, I wish I could show you pictures but like their pictures are also terrible. Like, here you go. There's a realm box.
Well, and that
So,
was the reason I did not back this because I knew it was a one player game and I was excited for it. But like you said, the campaign page was so damn confusing. I was just like, fuck this game. I'm not gonna back this
yeah,
because it
they
was,
they
you know,
they had to release an update explaining how to back this game. It
yep,
is insane. Like, I think this is a character. Yeah, because it has like, and it's also kind of weird because they have like that weird vindication kind of thing where it's it's just so unique. Like, it's up here at number 7 because if this game is successful, it will be one of the most innovative games to have been created. Um, like, no, if this works for everything that they're saying, and it's like a 9 out of 10 game, in my opinion, no other game would work. No other game could or studio could make a game like this. But it also runs the risk of being like, this was way too ambitious, and I don't know. I don't know. The Orange Nebula, because Unsettled is also kind of one of those weird games where they're trying to do like really unique asymmetric like worlds and stuff, but
right.
also have it be a plug and play system. Um, so it's kind of funny that Open Owl Studios that did Mythwind and doing Threshold and stuff, they Orange Nebula, they almost have the same kind of business philosophy. But yeah, see, with drop in, drop out multiplayer, meaning seamless transitions between solo and co-op, if you're a never solo, if you're a never solo aloner, multiple open world realms coming and a plan for continuous stream of quest packs that can be played in any realm. Spiritfire is a deeply customizable ongoing experience. That sounds to me, this game alone sounds like a live service video game concept.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's up here. This was actually on my 2025 list. It was number 19. I actually still have, so it was on there. It jumped up because it looks like this might be delivered, but I honestly, I have not kept up with this one at all. I think I backed it correctly, but
You just
I'm
donated.
gonna,
You clicked the you didn't want to pledge. You just gave $300 and you're not getting
yeah, and I
anything.
got a sleeve pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. They I don't know. All they had to do was make a pack, like a pledge where it's like everything for one player. It was weird. So, we'll see. We'll see if it even comes out. It literally doesn't even have a date on it.
Wow.
So that's my number seven, Spirit Fire.
All right. So my number seven is a game you've never heard of. I guarantee it. Um, and the reason it's this high up on my list is because I played the because this is the second game in a game system that came out, and the first version came out in 2023 in France and just came out this year in the US. So I got it because it was a 2025 game. Um, and this one is called Heredity: The Tale of Lexington Creek. The first one was the Book of Swan. That was the first one that I played that I was considering for my top 20
Okay.
or top 25 top games. So this system I just had a lot of fun with because these are horror games. The first one,
Ooh, okay.
The Book of Swan was based on because you have to play four characters, and solo is the best way to play this. Um,
Oh, are you sure? Says
well,
two.
in my mind, but you have to control four characters, and if you go back, yeah, the Book of Swan, like if you go over to show the player boards, because this is how this next one's going to be too. The second to the right picture. See, like it's a whole body, and
Okay.
your actions are you're going to place
It's this
those
way.
cubes that you're going to gain on those different deals. So, like you can interact with things in speech, you can look, you can punch or grab, you can kick or walk. And those are the deals. But as you take damage, damage tokens are going to cover up something. So if you take damage, you might not be able to see. If you place it there, you might not be able to see anything, or you might not be able to talk, or you may
Okay.
lose use of your arms, or you may not be able to kick. There's different stuff. But what you're doing in the first one is it uses like The Last of Us and Walking Dead and stuff as inspiration.
I was
Whereas,
like, this looks like Walking Dead.
right, which the second one, um, the inspiration for this was like Guillermo del Toro movies, Westworld, and Stranger Things. So, because it sounds like you're going to be doing like two different worlds, but you're a group of orphans, um, and you're in a Western horror story, but there's five. I think there's five scenarios. The first one had five deals,
Okay.
but each scenario has its own board and a deck of cards that you're going to play through. And a lot of things pop up, but um, you get sounds like they're doing the same thing with the action tokens. You're using the move, explore, talk, fight, but
Okay.
you're going to be discovering weird crap. I'm assuming Stranger Things, I mean, it's going to be like that, but you
Yeah.
have to choose their world or the weird one, depending on where they want to live. But the game style of the first one, because the first one is taking a very serious push to be in my top 10 of 25. And I
Oh,
just bought
okay.
it on a whim. And this one is, um,
The first one
got
that
me
came
excited.
out in 2023
Yeah,
is coming in for
it
2025.
it came out in the U.S. in 25. It
Oh,
was it
okay.
was it was a French game. It came out in 23. I looked it up and did on Google and did the U.S. retail, and it came out in March or April of 25. So
Okay.
that's why I'm considering it. But yeah, like it is the system is just fun. I mean, and it's one of those where when you're playing solo, you control 4 characters, but it tells a story. Like the storytelling was in the first one at least was pretty good, you
What
know.
do you know why these are broken up into 3 different sections? Like,
I,
do they have different like gear that you can swap out cards for,
the
or is it just?
because you flip it over. So
Oh, okay.
if you look at like the head part of one of them, if you flip it
Yep.
over, then it shows like their faces all like mangled and stuff, or they,
Oh, okay.
you
That's
know,
kind of
it
neat.
just shows damage. I mean,
Yeah.
it would be interesting if they did something interesting
Where
like
it's like,
that,
oh,
but
I got shin guards.
right.
Put
But
on.
then
Here's my
there's
shin.
those half circles like that gun right there. They show like
Yep.
the items snap in, but they connect to those. So like
Yeah.
that's how you do your
I
inventory.
think this is cool. Yeah,
And
this kind of like I don't think enough games do this like yeah, they have like oh you drew an injury card and you have to theater of the mind it. I kind of like when you have something physical where it's like I know now that my eyes are fucked up. So
right, and you
therefore
can't
I
use the
can't
look or
yep.
yep. And there's
I
all
think
these
that's
things you
neat.
interact with. The map is really small. It's just those cards, so it's like it
It
doesn't
gives
take up a
seventh
ton of
continent
space.
vibes. Yeah.
Right, a little bit, yeah. So it's just one of those that just I actually bought it at tabletop, you know, because I looked at it and I looked at it on BGG and then I did a little research and it said it came out in 25 in the US. And I was like, okay, I picked it up and it was solid, man. I really had a blast with it.
Nice.
So this one's going to be
Yeah,
really
cool.
cool because it's dealing with a group of orphans instead of because in the first one you're those 4 people, you're like a family, not really a family, obviously, but and then there's a little girl named Swan who is an NPC that you're trying to protect and go
Okay.
after for a certain reason. The one thing I will say is that this game is the replayability. I don't know how it's going to be. Maybe a second time through, because the Book of Swan was like 15 hours of gameplay to get
Okay.
through those 5 scenarios, and then it's just kind of like that's it. Um,
Yeah. I mean,
but
though,
it's
how
not
much was
expensive.
the
It's like 40
game?
bucks.
Yeah.
It's like 40 bucks, you
Yeah.
know. So
$40 for 15 hours, like I think that's definitely well into it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the idea of board games, like literally all the games I'm about to talk about having infinite replayability,
right,
but I barely ever re go through them again, you know? So it's like, oh man, this was a nice 5 episode series.
yeah.
Move on,
So
give
yeah,
it away, sell it. Yeah.
this whole Heredity series was a huge
Yeah.
surprise to me. Like I
Here's the
I
thing,
really
what I
enjoyed it.
imagine for the Tale of Lexington Creek is the first couple episodes in this are going to be amazing. Then it's going to turn to shit like Westworld and presumably Stranger Things,
We'll see.
or or they release the first 4 episodes and then they wait 5 years and give you episode 5
Well,
like
and then
Stranger
like
Things.
I don't know that the Guillermo del Toro movies. They don't really
I know.
specify what
It's like
movies. So
this
I don't know.
this is movie.
But
It's the one where you fuck the fish.
yeah,
Um
yeah.
and Guillermo
But
del Toro just did the new Frankenstein, didn't he?
yeah.
I need to check that
So
out.
it's a French company. So you know, but I just like what they're doing. You know, it's a
Cool.
nice. It's a small, not small box, but it's not very thick. You know,
Yeah.
it's well contained. It's a good one.
Yeah. Well, whenever you're done with it, you could just pass it on to me so I can give
I
it a
could.
shot.
I want to play through it twice though, just to see how repetitive it is a second time, because there
Makes
are
sense.
choices you do in those decks, kind of depending on
Okay.
choices. But yeah, if it's pretty samey, I'll pass it on to you to try it out.
Nice. All right. My number 6. My number 6 is a game I think you backed. And I was actually doing a little bit of research on this because whenever I picked all like the 60 or so games, some of them I just knew about already, but then I basically will back games based off their interest to me, and then I leave them alone. Like I don't have. I mean, I had someone say how entitled I was because I don't keep up with Kickstarters, and it's like, what's the fucking point of keeping up with it? Like, it won't be delivered for another 2 years. Like, it's just like it'll get here when it gets here, and then I'll play it and review it based off that. Uh, anyway, there's my little side tangent. This game is Story of Many.
I did back this one.
Okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, have no idea who this company is. They've made nothing except Story of Many. Um, this cover, okay, I do every single time I always think this is like a pile of gold.
Yeah.
Um, but here's the crazy thing. It's right here. Right? This sentence right here
Over
with over
400,000 words on this weekend.
400, yeah, 400,000 words of adventure text, limitless possibilities for creating and advancing your own character. My theme of 2026, it's character progression. What
Did
was it,
this,
like 2 years ago or something? It was boss battlers.
yeah. Did
Um,
this one have uh foreteller? I can't remember.
oh my God, I think it does. I think it does.
Okay, good.
I'm actually like 99%
I'll
positive
look
it
at you.
does have
You talk, I'll
foreteller.
look.
Um, yeah, funny enough, I never come up with like my like top tens or top or anticipated it to have a theme to them, but it is really funny how this year ended up being the year of character progression because yeah, I think it was like a year or two ago, I had a bunch of boss battlers I was excited for, and that ended up coming to fruition. Now it's character progression because too many games are so boring or restrictive on it does.
Foreteller,
Nice.
yes. Thank
It
God.
has to. It 400,000 words. Like I just literally last segment had Dawn of Madness for its audio narration that I was excited for. Yeah, this game would have had to have it. But adventure text, limitless possibilities for creating and advancing your own character. Brave a world filled with profound lore and hard choices. Yeah, emphasizes exploration, storytelling, and challenging combat. Now, the exploration is also extremely important because you have polar opposites of games that do it correctly. Iridia does exploration phenomenally. It's so exciting to go around and explore and see what happens. Isofarian Guard is atrocious to explore and move around that board. So here's the thing. This company, again, kind of like Spiritfire, this is big if true. Like players will be pit against more than 200 unique enemies, and this is from a company that literally has made nothing.
I know it's a risk.
It is a risk, but a few years back, I would have like this would not have been possible. But come Aeon Trespass Odyssey with Into the Unknown, they made ATO, and that is the only game they ever made. They came out swinging, and it's like, how is this company doing this when established companies can't even do it? So I have a little bit more faith that people can come out and make a game where this actually ends up being amazing. Or it could be fucking atrocious and it'll be on the top five worst list of 2026. I really hope not.
Yeah,
Like
me too.
the research I did for this because, like I said, I had to go back in whenever this would pop up on my rankings, and I was like, "What the Story of Many? I don't even remember anything about that game." And then, like looking at it and talking about it right here, I get really excited for it. I will be really disappointed if it ends up being just surface level shit.
I know.
So
Yep, agreed.
that's my number six, Story of Many.
All right, my number six is like two games, but it was one Kickstarter, so I kind of put them
It's
both at the
Last
same
Aurora
spot.
again.
No, no, no. It is similar to that. I mean, as far
Oh.
as like how I'm presenting it, but this one is the latest Shadows of Brimstone. Um,
Ah,
it's the Cursed Tombs of
you
Common.
said you had no expansions in your top 10.
This is an expansion. They're both standalone,
That's it's a
but
standalone expansion.
and then the Impossible Hell Train. Those are
So
the
Cursed Tombs
two.
of
Yeah,
Kamuntet.
yeah, that's one, and then the Hell Train, the Impossible Hell Train was the other box. But um, this is just more. Just they've done all these different deals. I was really excited because everybody was like, kept bringing up, let's go to Egypt. Let's do Egypt. Let's get Egyptian monsters because we did, ancient China. They've done all these other different places. and they gave us what we wanted. They all the cool Egyptian stuff that's coming in this, the Impossible Hell Train in the very first Kickstarter. The Hell Train was their last stretch goal, and they didn't reach, and then they never really went back to it, and then they finally decided, hey, we're gonna throw it in and with this next one and everything. So, and this one just sets up a board like you're on obviously a hell train, and you're fighting on a train. You're going through the cars and doing different stuff.
Dude, we gotta make 2026 the year we do Shadows of Brimstone.
Yeah, yeah.
Like we gotta get it done. I don't. You owe me. You owe me. This has to be on my channel.
But yeah, so yeah, Brimstone. I mean, I love Brimstone. Obviously, I have everything for it for the most part until this stuff comes. But half the fun of this is putting all the minis together. I love putting these together.
Oh yeah, how are my minis coming along?
I've got one of them done. Well,
You're like, I threw those away.
No. They're sitting on my table still. But I need to get them done though. But
Now, remind me,
yes,
because this I know the concept of Brimstone. Like this could be yet another thing that you just go to and do. Maybe not.
I'm
Maybe not the Hell
assuming
Train specifically.
the Hell Train would be kind of interesting. I don't know how that, but the Cursed Tombs of Kamuntet, yes, you can play it
Yes.
as a because just like the Forbidden Fortress, the ancient, like the Japanese feudal Japan kind of stuff, you can use it as a starting point, or you can
Okay.
use it as an other world, just like this. You could use this as a starting point. I don't like using these as starting points. I still start in the Old West. I like the Old
Oh,
West,
okay.
and I
Yeah.
like them going to these places and being like these cowboys going into
Yeah.
onto the derelict spaceship and being able to have that story of them seeing like laser swords and all this stuff, and it's like,
Right. So, but you
yeah.
could do like the Japanese one, and then it's samurais go into Egypt
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like
You can
that.
you can do
Okay.
it any way you want. Like you can use whatever core sets, heroes, and theme you want to start
Okay.
with, and then go anywhere. Yeah.
So, I don't know if what's the end game? Like,
Well, you play.
what's how do you win?
There's hundreds and hundreds of scenarios that you just
Okay.
play that go, and you can choose to just keep picking scenario. There's no like order of scenarios that you want to do. Some of them have like the adventures that came out,
Hmm.
the last one, like the I can't remember what they were called. It was like the Brimstone Adventures set. Those kind of
Okay.
had more of like a little campaign to them, but most of the time you're just picking a scenario and playing. And
Gotcha.
you'll always start like in the Old West if that's the one you pick,
Yeah.
or you'll always start in feudal Japan, and then you just pick one of their scenarios. There's a ton of them in the books, and then
So
you
this
just
is
travel.
how do they manage like power creep? Like where it's like if you keep playing and playing and playing, and it's like I've been playing this for 10 years and with the same character, like how are you not OP for each
Well, because
scenario
it
you
takes
pick?
forever to level up. It's not
Oh,
a fast
okay.
level up game. It's
Okay.
it's a very, very slow process of leveling up. So,
Gotcha. Is there
um,
a max level?
I haven't gotten that far with it because
Gotcha.
I mean, I think the highest level person in the longest campaign I've had going that they quit playing it. So, I think we got up to like 7, but we played that
Damn.
for a few years, and stuff.
Okay.
But I mean, you can adjust though. Like if you think the
Sure.
game's too easy, you can just flip it over and do the hard side of all the enemies if you want, because
Yeah, that's right.
they're two-sided, So it's like, so I honestly can't answer that because I haven't done like a super super long one. You can almost make it.
Oh,
You can make your own conclusion. Like there's those huge minis, that you get, and you could say, because each of those big huge bad guys, those epic guys, have their
hmm.
own scenarios. So you could like
Oh,
go through, and then you can choose when you want the campaign to end. You can be like,
got
okay,
it.
we're going to do the one with the I can't think of his name right now, but the Dragon King. If you wanted to do the Dragon King and something, you could make that the end boss, and you could just do it and end it if you wanted to. It's
Got it.
pretty open, like as far as how you undo it. If you want to make it go forever, if you want to make it a 5 scenario deal with the 6th scenario being the one of those boss guys scenarios. It's just kind of a
Got
however
it.
you want to play it. But yeah, I mean, this is going to be some more greatness coming. It's
The
kind
Hell
of their cash
Train.
cow. At,
Oh yeah, they don't make anything else anymore.
no, I think they actually finally released the expansions um for their the Fortune and Glory, because those expansions have been like
Oh yeah,
they finally released those, I think.
nice.
So, which they've
Yeah, the
been
Hell
talked
Train one
about for
sounds
five
fun.
years. Yeah, the Hell Train,
Uh,
and I don't know how that would work as open world. I'm sure it can be, but it's going to be like, oh shit, I'm on a train. Like I warped
yeah,
into a train.
I
Let's do
think
it.
there's a D&D module. I think is where you're on a train.
Yeah.
Um, as well. So, yep, you heard it here first. 2026, the series of Brimstone. We're playing no other campaign game.
God. Yeah.
Nice. I mean, at this point, like, you don't have anyone else to play this with, so you might as well just.
I play it solo
No,
sometimes.
you, no, you, no, you.
It's hard. It's well, the thing is like I haven't for quite a while because it like I don't have the space for it, like to get it out on the tables and stuff.
Oh, you mean
When
like that
I
table?
Well, right, but then I have to transport it all over.
I know it's really hard to do things for other people.
Well,
Like,
no. It's like I literally have six file folder boxes of tiles. I
hmm
have eight boxes of minis, and then the big minis aren't even in boxes. And I have to get those, and then I have three or four card boxes completely full of
yeah,
stuff, and
that sounds like it'll all fit in the back of your car.
I know, yeah, it's something, but yeah, it's a blast.
Nice. All right. Well, I wouldn't know. So,
Oh,
my number
you've
five.
played it, you just haven't.
Oh, dude, I played it like 10 years ago. That would have
You
been
just didn't play
whenever
it the
me and
right
my
way.
I couldn't the only thing I remember from playing Shadows of Brimstone is one of the characters' hats fell off and I super glued it to that the core the City of Ancients uh big
Oh,
wing creature. I
yeah.
super glued the little cowboy hat to the top of him. That's all I remember
When I
because it
say
was
you didn't
funny.
play it right, I meant like just playing the core box is not good because there's only a few enemies. Like when you have those
Yeah,
stacks and stacks of random enemies, that's when becomes fun.
right. Yep.
Anyway,
Nice. My number five, this one is definitely on your list. I don't know where. It's probably number one. But that is funny enough. I think another, yeah, it's from another company that was for a game previously on the last segment, and that is Odalin.
oh, okay.
Dungeons of Doom. Dragori Games, they had Spell Rift Legends on the last segment. This is funny enough, one of the other games that I uh that I had to kind of do research on again because BGG does not have anything on this. So now I have to go. Oh, look, Iridia, Pass We Dare Tread. I actually think on a side tangent, they are adding a little mini expansion to that.
My copy's coming tomorrow,
Nice. So fucking good.
and I got a brand new
Yes.
copy from that guy. That guy had like three copies: the beat up box, the one that he had played, and this one hasn't been played. And he gave me the
Right.
one that hadn't been played.
Where is it? Gameplay. There it is.
Yes.
So, this looks basically like another big, massive dungeon crawler similar to Tenera's Adventures, except it is designed around that. Whereas Tenera's was like that competitive arena game that they then morphed. And they're like, well, that wasn't successful. Let's morph it into this huge narrative-driven campaign. Um, Again, every action, card, and choice carries weight lore rich dungeons because the biggest difference between this and a lot of other games is like I've mentioned some of them are open world so it's you have interactions through either cards or story stuff. This is kind of like you have that overarching narrative stuff you're dealing with but then it dives into an actual dungeon crawl which I've kind of funny enough gotten away from mainly because it feels like no one makes dungeon crawls anymore.
Yeah.
uh they almost felt like I mean there was a ton of them at one point, but now I'm really excited because the campaign book determines the configuration of each new room. I don't know if is it a campaign or is it a Map tile. Is it map tiles or is it book?
It's if you scroll up, it's there's tile. No, the other way. Yeah, there's
Oh, they're right
tiles.
here.
Yeah.
Yep, you're right. Modular tiles. Um, but yeah, again, here it is right here. Each hero has a unique set of action cards and upgrade decks, while each demon lord brings their own cards, combine and upgrade in various. That's right. It had that demon element.
Oh, yes, it does. That's the part I'm looking forward to the most because you earn these like I don't know if it's dark spirit or blood magic or whatever, and once it's full, you can unleash the demon inside you and do all this
Yeah,
crazy stuff.
yeah. So I think they could do a lot of really cool combinations if it is kind of like a funny enough smash up style where it's like I want to be this badass elephant guy. That looks fucking cool. And then yeah, and this Witch of Sins, or if you could just just plug and play, mix and match. Um, yeah, and then they again, it's a top effect, bottom effect system, which is kind of cool. This actually seems to have the Fire Team Zero element because it's saying bottom
Yeah.
half of your cards feature instant abilities that you can use outside of your turn, which is again
Yes.
always fun. The thing with these games is you have to have everyone engaged the entire time because they take a
Mhm.
long time. So, I mean, there's so much shit that's coming for this game. It was hard not to put it up.
Well,
Uh,
the minis for the demons are cool too. Like when they like I think they were. I
yeah,
don't
I'm
know
trying
what
to see
I'll
if I
show
can
'em.
find any. Yeah, and it's set in this like what like God, I always have a difficult time trying to figure out what era this is because it's not Egypt, it is Arabian.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
say probably that's closer. Yeah.
So so yeah, like big game. This was also on was this on the list last year?
I
Oh, maybe it
don't
wasn't.
know. I
No,
don't
I
know
don't
if
think it was actually. Nope,
I know
it wasn't.
I went I don't know what you did, but I went all in and it was like expensive to
It is very expensive. I think I also went all in. Um, yeah, the Odalin all in. Don't look at my shame.
yeah,
Yeah.
because I did it was 419 for the all in and then I added the acrylic tokens, the sleeve pack, the Hell Dragon. So I
Why
ended
was
up
yours
spending like
419? What the fuck? Mine was not.
the all in 419. Did you do it late pledge? Like did you do it
Oh,
during the
I,
campaign
I
or
think I did. Yeah, I think
yeah.
I might have.
But and then I so my total was 609
Well, how
because the
good for you.
shipping was $97.
That's right. Um, yeah, so explore the dungeons to find artifacts and hidden secrets with an exciting loot system. I don't know how you make loot systems exciting, but it's exciting to draw from the top of a deck. But yeah, that's another thing that actually that's gonna be my theme for 2027 is loot systems.
Loot
Because
system.
so far, yeah, so far one of the games that I've been playing this year, its loot system is so fucking awful. Um, so yeah, this one could be incredibly fun, and I really should jump into Tenares before I jump into this one, but we shall see. So
I'm
that's my number
jumping into this
five.
as soon as I get
Really?
it. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we paid $600 to $700. Might as well. Can't wait for the storage system to be awful.
Maybe Tinkering
Honestly,
Paws will help us out.
maybe. Well, I mean, they did a good job with their Tenares Ultimate one. It's just two massive boxes.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my number five, Odalin.
All right. My number five is a game that I kind of hum-hauled around about backing or not. I initially backed it and then I backed out of it. And then I they taught did a kind of like a review and talked about it on a podcast I was listening to, and they talked me into it again. And that is Honor's End. Um,
Oh yeah, you did end up backing it.
I ended up backing it. Yeah. Did
Yeah,
you?
I did.
Okay. Um,
I like Ivy
so
Studio.
yeah, and see,
Like,
I don't know if I've ever played anything by them.
yeah, you have Mythic Mischief.
Oh, I guess okay, yeah. So I did
That's
play
Ivy
that, but
Studios.
I haven't played like um their space deck building game and Moonrakers
Oh,
and all that
Moonraker. Yeah,
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
Moonrakers. Moonrakers is good. Haven't played Veiled Fate. and then Moon Rollers is the dice version. But yeah.
Didn't you have Pillars of Fate too by then? We never got to play.
Yes, I actually did play Pillars of Fate the other
Oh,
day.
was it any
It's a
good?
very solid, yeah, it's a very solid 1v1 like lane battler.
Oh, okay.
Like um super quick to play. It's a good one. I thought it was because there's the other one that's coming out next year whenever I was explaining to you. I think it's Scales of Fate. Yeah,
Gotcha.
Scales of Fate is the one that I thought was like the two-player deduction style game. That is not the case. But yeah, no, Ivy Studio, they make good quality games. So Honors End I also backed.
Yeah, and I think it was one of those because I can play it solo, obviously. So that was one of the reasons I did it because it's a cooperative game.
Hmm.
I was trying to pull up the Kickstarter page, but it's not working for me. There it is. Okay. Um, but yeah, this one's one that I ended up going on just because of the solo aspect. It's got like a it's got a campaign deal to it. You can play it as a campaign as well.
Okay.
Um, the art was kind of unique. I think that was another thing that kind of drew me in because it's not like it seems like it's I can't really describe the art. It's not like super. It almost it's like
Good.
a
I'm kidding.
well, no, it's like I don't know. It's like a I don't know. Like
Yeah, I mean
I
I'm
can't
not an
describe it.
art
Uh,
connoisseur, so I don't
I'm not
really
either,
know
but
any types of art, but um yeah, it looks fine. Like
pretty much what you're doing, it looks like, is you're trying to at the end of the deal, you're trying to find out your origin. You know,
yeah.
I think is kind of a deal with it, and you're going to choose your paths of how you go. So that because you're playing a knight, you're going to either choose valor, fortitude, or wisdom, and you're going to
Hmm.
do deck building. And
I like the cooperative deck building
right,
aspect.
right.
I think that
Um,
could be a lot of fun.
so it's you just have to the deck. Yeah, deck building is always a plus for me on that stuff as well. But
Yeah.
it looks like it's going to be one of those that it's not going to take up a bunch of space. It
Yeah.
seems like it's
And
going to be a fairly
their games are usually really efficient.
right. And the way you win is you just defeat all three of the enemy champions and you claim
Yeah.
victory. I mean, and I think the replayability is going to be good on it because you can play it as a one shot or you can just you can do
Yep.
the campaign thing too.
And they have
Um,
like unlockable content, which more games need to do. I think having
right.
secret decks or unlock cards is always a lot of fun.
Yeah. So, and this one had quite a bit of hype behind it, with stuff too. So they talked me into it, but I'm
I mean,
interested to see
yeah,
how this one goes.
they make very quality content. I have funny enough on the my table behind me, I have Tend, which I almost didn't back either, but I was like, you know what? Sure, why not? And then that game has again really quality components. Their instruction videos are awesome. Um, I like Ivy Studios. To me, they come across as a little bit like an indie chip theory games.
Yeah.
Like small
Yeah, I can
team,
see
but
that.
they make really good. And I've talked to them at like conventions, and they're incredibly nice. So the only thing that bums me out is with their Mythic Mischief. I really like that game, but then they did their second one, which was kind of fucking weird. Um, like where they're like, "Hey, let's just do a completely different setting instead of just making more factions." And the pre-painted minis, oh my God, they are terrible.
Yeah, I remember.
They're so bad.
Yeah,
Um, and it's like you can make good pre-painted minis. Iridia, when you see, it's like they're pretty good.
yeah,
So
yeah. So anyway,
yeah,
that's my number five is Honors
number
End.
5. Wow.
Yeah, because
It's
of the
funny how you were
solo.
like, I don't know. Okay. Oh, wow. Number 5. I cannot wait for
It's
this to
the
come out.
solo stuff for it, man. I mean, it's those solo
Yeah.
games that you can just pop right off and go because there's not much
Yeah.
setup to it. So, yep.
I know, dude. It's so wild that like, 5 to 10 years ago, I had this mindset of like it doesn't like no matter what, like I want to play long games. I love setup, and now I'm like, okay, any game that doesn't have me take an hour to set up, I like I want to do. Any game that's just quick to play, any game that's not going to have me think too much is
Yep.
like, and those are the ones that end up being the most fun.
Yep.
All right, my number four was on my list last year. Um, but I'm pretty sure. I feel very confident this one is coming out. It is technically an expansion, I think. Although I don't know why you would ever actually buy this and not play the first one. That is Midara, Unintentional Malum Act 2 and 3 because they are both coming out next year. So, like I guess it doesn't technically say it's a standalone, but I mean again, the story continues. Maybe they have like a recap of Act 1 if you jump straight into this, but that'd be so fucking stupid. If anyone's like,
Yeah.
"No, I never played Act 1. I have only jumped into Act 3." Um as years have gone by, Midara, I mean, I have a love-hate relationship with Midara, because its dice system wears me down as I'm playing it because it is literally roll different colored dice and hope you hit. But it has kind of ended up being the gold standard of character builds, like as I've been harping on for a lot of these other games. And this story is so legitimately good, in my opinion. Like there's a lot of games like narrative campaign games that we'll discuss and talk about while we're playing, but once we're done, we don't talk about them. This is the only game that I've actually talked about the story outside of like,
Right.
what do you think's gonna happen? Oh, whose character is your favorite? Because they just did such a good job with the writing, and because they did that thing where it's like you have four characters; these are your main four characters, so they write these four characters. Uh, So Act One, I have finished as a series on my channel, and then Act Two and Three is gonna, finish out the whole story. I think Act Two is a little bit. I think what they said is Act Two and Three is like the combined length of Act One. Like Act Two feels like it could just be kind of like a middle ground of leading into Act Three. So that has me a little bit uh concerned, even though Act One has a lot of story behind it. I was really hoping Act Two and Act Three would be the same length between the two. But I really hope that they fix their boss fights because their boss fights are atrocious in Act One. But I know they've done a lot of really cool character stuff because they have these like different classes like crew war is like your damage dealing blood magic kind of stuff. They have a support build, a lot of different like spells and things that you could attach to your character. um in these they have combinations of those, so even more items, even more different abilities that you can just expand your character customization. And like I said, this game does it better than literally everyone else. So yeah, I mean, each adventure expansion gives you at least 40 additional hours of gameplay by extending not only the base game they require, but also the surrounding optional ways to play. Crawl mode is a waste of time. Don't do it.
Hmm.
And Act 3. Yep. And it has incredibly sexy anime characters, so if you're into that, I've just been waiting. Never mind. I'm just gonna keep moving on. Oh yeah, this looks like it's pretty much the same thing. So yeah, I cannot wait to jump back into Madara and continue the story. So
Yeah.
that's my number four, Madara's Act 2 and 3.
All right. My number four is a crossover.
Odalin,
No.
Story of Many.
Yes.
Ah ha ha!
The story of Minnie pops in here for a lot of the same reasons you did. I mean, when I was looking at it and having all this stuff, I hadn't looked to see if Foreteller was a part of a thing, and I'm glad it was because of the reading. But
Yeah. Now, when
this
you play
has
these games solo, do you read out loud to yourself?
No, well, sometimes it depends. It depends
Oh,
on how
really?
in depth the reading is. Like if it's long stuff, I'll kind of speed read it and go through it. But if it's shorter stuff, I mean, I try to use Foreteller or certain apps that has it. You
Yeah.
know, like the
Dude, you
Fate
know what I bet
Forge
we
and
could
whatnot.
do for games that don't have foreteller? I bet you, I haven't dived into AI all that much, but I bet you could take a picture and there's AI that would just read it to you.
Maybe
That
it'd be
might be a
worth a
thing.
shot. But yeah, this one, I went all in on it just because it was being previewed a lot. Like it was all over the place. Like
Yeah,
coming
it
soon to
was.
GameFound, Story of Mini, and all this stuff. And I finally went into it looking at it, and it was one I jumped in on just because it just looks really good. And I
Yeah,
knowing that it's a first time company, man, it's a risk, but
it is. Yeah.
and I don't even know when their last update was. I haven't really paid attention to updates on it lately, but to know where they're
How
at.
fucking entitled are you that you're not paying attention to updates?
I usually
What, you
do, but
just
the
back so many
GameFound
games,
ones,
it's too much?
GameFound ones come too fast sometimes, man.
They really
It's like,
do. And a lot of them will be like Into the Unknowns updates are insanely long. I'm like, I'm
yeah.
not reading this.
Well, and then
Their
some of them
last
have a
update
TLDR.
was fucking 11 days ago.
Oh, good. I'll have to read it because it talks about their progress, so
Yeah.
and
Dude,
stuff.
literally,
But
I look and I'm like, when's it shipping?
yeah,
And even
well,
then I'm
usually
like,
like
okay.
down a ways, it'll usually have their progress and stuff.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
it's
this
it's
art looks phenomenal too.
yeah. Um,
So,
looks like they've got preview stuff of their player dashboards down and stuff.
oh, that's actually exciting.
Why is there a backpack?
I was about to say, is this actually a thing that holds stuff? That would be fucking
Maybe.
cool. Will fit 45 mini. Yeah, 45 mini US 22 to 26 sleeved. Is that, dude, if this
That's
is where you
interesting.
store your equipment in
That'd
like a
be
little
cool.
backpack, that would be cool. So, I
so
guess you
so
could join
anyway,
their Discord.
I don't really have much more to say about it. I mean, it's
Yeah.
one of those that I super excited for. The art's awesome.
Hmm.
I'm just ready to get
Yeah.
it and
I
play it.
know it was my number six, but honestly, if this pulls off what it's saying, like this could have been like my number one anticipated.
Yeah.
But you have to
Yep.
have some trepidation because it's like I don't know. Like if Haunted Mill pulls it off, they're gonna be another Into the Unknown where it's like, oh, their next game back.
Or
You
what?
know.
Or that? Or what's the company that it did uh, Oathsworn?
Oh, Shadowborn.
Yeah, because that was their first game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
Yep.
mean,
And it's phenomenal. But then they didn't continue with it. They went and did that Avalon.
yeah, I
You
bet they're
know,
working on the next. They had you have to
they
have time
are.
to you have to have
Yeah.
time to like create that game. So I'm sure that was something just they put in the middle to, you know.
100%. And I know that for a fact too. If anyone is interested, go read my comment section for my Oathsworn final discussion, the discussion 2.0, because it's the creator, it's either the designer or someone who worked for Shadowborn. They talked about it. And they basically said they're 100% doing more Oathsworn content, but because it's so finely tuned of a boss battler, they don't want to rush it,
Yeah. Oh yeah, makes
which makes
sense.
sense. Yeah, it's like a rush game will always be bad. So it's yeah, I have high hopes. Anyway, yeah, Story of Many on my list as well. Very excited.
Yep.
My number three is a very recent game that is about to end on crowdfunding at the time of this recording. And it's also kind of a cheat because I'm extremely surprised at the year it says it's coming out. But the company, unless they said we refuse to deliver next year, which would be weird, I would be very surprised if it ended going to 2027. And that is Song of Silverhand. This is basically Sleeping Gods 3, because it's Red Raven Games and Ryan Lockett. But it is weird that it says 2027, but it is crowdfunding literally right now.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't know, maybe this is like a just in case placeholder. I don't know how BGG even gets their information because clearly, as we've seen, they're not pulling a bunch of stuff for these games we're bringing up. Um, so I don't know, but like I said, I mean, cooperative open world narrative adventure in the tradition to Sleeping Gods and Sleeping Gods Distant Skies. These are some of my favorite games of all time. Uh, and it pretty much, I mean, even the picture looks Sleeping Gods-ish, but I think based off of the videos I've seen, the reason why they're my only guess as to why they're not doing the Sleeping Gods 3 is because they wanted to change the world. Because if they did Sleeping Gods 3, they'd have to do that kind of that god theme that they were going on with the runes or whatever
I
they were
think
called. They
I
were called
think they're getting the 2027 because the game found page, their predicted time it was May of 27,
interesting.
but I don't know.
Well, then this will be on the next anticipated list. But
Right.
Ryan Lockett, Red Raven Games is usually very quick
Yeah, they
with
are.
their games. So it could be that they have a concept. I know these games have a shit ton of writing they have to do, but they don't do a lot of projects. Like Six Sojourns is actually being delivered. I think that was their 8 Minute Empire remake, and that's that's literally it. Like I mean their last one was Creature Caravan. But yeah, this seems to be a little bit more in depth with kind of its instead of like I mean Sleeping Gods I know had like the dungeons you can go into. Distant Skies also had a similar element. This seems to be a little bit more involved with its combat as well as its like character element where like you can uh debate with people, NPCs and stuff, but different setting. I know what's a cool idea is how magic is done in this world is actually through songs, and you have this management of like your songs that you have to balance. I think that's really cool. So the from what I've seen though, it could just be really early works of a prototype, but you have the same quest system where you have keywords depending on where you go. I love Sleeping Gods' exploration element because there's so many times you could just go wherever you want, go into a town and it asks if you have a certain number of keywords. If you don't have any of them, you just do whatever it says there. But it's such a cool idea to be like, oh, I do have this keyword, and now I get a unique outcome. Or you get a keyword later and you're like, oh, I remember where that is. And it feels good to explore around uh the Sleeping Gods games. And this again continues to be an improvement on that system from what I've seen. So it was a no-brainer. Again, this is kind of cheating because it does say 2027, but I'm really going out on a limb, and I'd be kind of surprised that it's 2 years from now. I mean, we are almost in 2026,
Right.
so I just have high hopes. I wanted to talk about it. It's at number three, so
Yeah.
yeah, that's it.
All right. My number three is another crossover.
Now it's Odalin.
Yeah, my number three is
Okay,
Odalin. And this one I've been super pumped for a long time. Like there's all the aspects of it with the demon stuff and the terrain looks really cool. There's just so much about this game that I mean that's the reason I spent so much on it.
I
Um,
know.
Now it actually is getting closer to delivering, not by the end of this year, but it's supposed to be Q1. Um,
I think so. Yeah, I think
I
I
think
saw
they're
that
thinking
too.
like February or March, I think is what they're shooting for, but because everything's pretty much done at factory. Um, but uh,
About
but
this.
yeah, and this has foreteller too, which is another awesome. Yeah, there was a
And the
stack. There's
foreteller for
on their page. It was like they showed like the stack of all the boxes or something, or somewhere I saw it. It was the stack of all the boxes. It was just ridiculous.
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah, it was like a concept art piece of all the boxes stacked up. It was just
That's
ridiculous.
funny.
But
The foreteller for Tenares is also really good.
yeah,
Now to be fair, foreteller for any game is really good because they're professional voice actors and sound
right.
design um people. But yeah,
But I'm super pumped for this with and everything, just to see how that the combos of the hero's abilities go with whatever demon you attach to them and
Yeah.
everything. It's going to be a top-notch game, I have a feeling.
Yeah, you and I, we got to finish Stalker and we got to finish Gloomhaven, and maybe by that time, Odalin will be out, and then we can hop straight to this one,
Yeah.
and we can play your
Yeah.
copy. So if it sucks, I can sell
I,
my copy.
I'm opening my copies as I get it because I want to look at all the cool stuff inside.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
it's gonna be pretty solid, I think.
all right, that's my three.
Okay, my number two. So almost was actually my number one. So like I said, Madara was on last year. This game was also last year. It was number four, so it jumped up a
Robomon.
couple places. It is Robomon, yeah. No,
Is it
man, it's
really?
Hero.
Oh, okay.
No. Robomon I am kind of excited for, but no, it Robomon was on last year's. This is Lands of Evershade.
Oh, okay, I didn't
Ever
back this one.
Sahadi.
Yeah,
You didn't back this one?
no, I didn't.
Dude, it's Awakened Realms. God, this cover looks so cool. Um, this one again has a shit ton of ambition because they actually seem to have D&D level like character creation, like with a bunch of different classes that you pick, and then you pick your class and you pick your race, and that's kind of your kickoff point with another element of RPGs. I love Awakened Realms. I think it's kind of funny now you because I got Stalker and I got Grim Coven almost back to back. They have an element to them that's very similar to CGE, where you can almost tell that it's an Awakened Realms game. Uh, just the way that they implement a lot of their systems through multiple games. But the hybrid RPG board game lets players enjoy grand, richly narrated open world adventures without a dungeon master. Start by building your perfect character using an immersive player's handbook. Choose from a unique races and origins, dark secrets, and exciting classes with interesting advancements and specializations that ensure no two characters are the same. I say it with me. Character progression. Yeah, it's this one again, like all the other ones that claim to have it. This one I feel has showcased um that it's gonna be more defined because I mean, I remember I actually looked through the email updates from this one where it does talk about like the player's handbook, which you would see if you ever were to jump into D&D, it has that element. So, Lands of Evershade is more than a game, it's a universe built over many years, a world of secrets buried in the shadow of the goddess Luada that will grow and expand with new content for years to come. Again, big if true. I think, I mean, just the character boards, I think look really, really cool and unique. Like this equipment system on where things can go. This kind of has an Iridia level feel based off the characters, and the characters and stuff are so unique that it um that it feels completely unique in this fantasy setting. So
Right.
I'm very excited. These like I think this is kind of where your character abilities will go, and then skills over to the side. Plus with the different boards, I don't even know what the hell this is. Like it's almost like this is where you're currently at in the world, and then this is
Oh, and
like
then
the
that's your
dive
yeah.
into.
Yeah.
Uh, so I mean, with Tainted Grail and kind of how they did their books, I'm excited to jump into another a big RPG story because like Stalker is mission based, so it's not as grand. You pick a mission, jump into that, and then it has different elements of changing that mission. And then Grim Coven is a standalone boss battler with no campaign to it. So I I'm so happy to jump into another game that's written by these character or these designers because
Yeah.
Tainted Grail is one of the best written board games out there. So so much stuff that's gonna be coming from this from a reputable designer. Like we were talking about with Story of Many, they haven't proven themselves. Awakened Realms has.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is going to be amazing and an exciting world to explore.
Yep.
So it's my number two.
My number two, I'm digging back into the Euro
Oh, you
pile.
took a break. You took a little bit
Yeah, a
of a
little bit of a
break.
break. This one I'm super excited for because it came out at Essen this year. It's not supposed to hit the US until Q1 of next year. But it its predecessor game, I really enjoyed, have a blast with it every time I play it, and that was Revive. This one is called a Recall. Um,
This cover looks so cool.
yeah, yeah, it does.
This is awesome.
Yeah. So this one, it's you know, it's takes place, I think, like after the time of because in Revive you are trying to you're it's 5,000 years past the kind of the end of Earth, and you're trying to repopulate it and stuff like that. This one, you're still exploring parts of the world and stuff, but you're using these key cards, and these key cards that you're going to be using, they're going to activate different actions. And then it's called recall because that's an action you take that produces resources and regains your key cards. So it's like a callback mechanism that
Oh,
it gains stuff.
okay.
But this is a heavy euro, like it's a heavier one.
Mm.
But you can do stuff to gain more key cards, which lets you do more actions. You're doing all these different things. You can upgrade your action boxes that you use your key cards on to make. So you're upgrading your actions. You're getting like relics and all this stuff. But you also are going to these places of ancient civilizations and you're digging there. And when you dig there, you're going to find like tech from that deal that you can use for certain things. Whether
Okay.
it's whatever the civilization was, you're going to get stuff from that to incorporate into your player board. Um, but there's another really cool thing about this though, and that's there's 3 times throughout a game that players have to choose one of 2 paths. Um,
Okay.
and with the chosen path, you get an immediate bonus, but and it also boosts one of the end game scoring categories. So at 3 times during the game, you have to make a choice which way you want to go. And
Yeah,
so if you're focusing more on one thing, you probably want to do the choice that's going to help, obviously do that way.
sure.
Um, and then that last line that it talks about down there at the bottom, it says by using the optional digital companion website, players can archive their tribes at the end of their game, thereby making their tribes discoverable as ancient civilizations and other players' games. I don't know
That's
how that's going to
cool.
work, but it sounds kind of neat, So it's like,
Like
um,
kind of like a community based
right.
like that could be because it depends on how you discover the civilizations, but that could be really, really cool.
Yeah, and with Revive being as good as it was, and then I heard about this, and then of course the box art just draws you right in. Um,
It really
that
does. Yeah.
and the game looks really good, like on the table too. It's nice and colorful. It's
Hmm.
got stuff. This one's piqued my interest by a lot.
Yeah.
And this was
I
one
haven't had
that's
a
not a
chance to play
Kickstarter.
Revive, but
Yeah,
I've
this
heard it's
one's
really
not
good.
not a Kickstarter. So
You're
that's
right,
why.
it is not.
Well, and then my other one that wasn't was Heredity. Those aren't.
Oh, okay. Yep, that's true.
Um, but uh,
That's true.
but yeah. So anyway, this one I'm so tempted to spend the money to have a copy sent overseas to me right now, but I'll wait. I'll wait. But because I'm just like jonesing
Yeah,
for
because
it.
it was released during Essen, right?
Yes, it was. So
Yeah.
I'm just I'm gonna be over here for a few months still, but I'm just like really really wanting to get it going. And it also says it's best at 2
I saw
and
that, yeah.
stuff. So that's interesting too. I don't know like um how that.
Well, actually, it's kind of
Yeah.
weird because if you click on that, it's the best is 3.
Oh, yeah. So I don't know where the best of 2 comes from, but
Yeah, I mean,
but
literally no one's played it except weirdos and who went to
over in
Essen.
Europe, yeah, people
Yeah,
that went
those European freaks.
to so anyway, that's a really big one for me. I'm
Because
super excited to grab it as
everyone
soon as it comes.
knows The whole world knows that America is number one right now. We're
Yeah,
doing
right.
great.
Yeah.
There's nothing happening over here that is concerning in any way.
Not at
Uh,
all.
that's a fucking joke. If anyone if anyone clips that and runs with it, yeah, no, we're fucking dog shit. But anyway, but
Yeah.
I'm also excited for this. Out of all the games that you've mentioned, this would be the one that I'd probably go out and get myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
It's
I'll play your
super
copy
cool.
first.
Yeah, you will. You need to play Revive sometime
I do
when
need
it's
to play.
just
I know
when it's
do
just the
you
two
own
of
that
us
in the
because
expansion?
I don't
Just
have the
the two of us.
the expansion is
Oh,
out of print and I can't find it anywhere, so I'm waiting
really?
for it.
Oh,
Yeah, like it's nowhere unless you pay a lot for it. Unless I guess I haven't scoured eBay to see what's on there, but it's out of print all over the place. So I'll get it eventually, but it plays fine with two too, and it's a really in-depth game as well. So that would be one that we could
yeah.
try sometime. But yeah, that was my number two recall.
Nice. Dude, it's on Amazon.
How much though?
40.
So it's a $20 expansion, so that's why I'm
Well,
like,
it's 40.
yeah.
It's 40 on Amazon.
So
I
yeah, I
thought you were
might pick
talking
it
about
up.
like I'm like, because I'd probably if it's $20 but it was 40 and it's out of print everywhere, I'd probably pay
Yeah.
40.
Yeah, I might.
Um,
I'll look into it. I haven't looked for it for a little while, but
yeah. All right. And the number one most anticipated game of 2026. Brad, do you have a guess of what I'm most excited for? To be fair, I mean, yes, I am. This is my number one game. It was also my number one game from last year, so it clearly did not deliver.
okay. Well, that
Um,
takes my choice out because my option was going to be the new edition of the that shit. What is it called? This War of Mine. But
yeah, that was considered. Yeah.
yeah,
But it because it was basically the same game from what I can tell with the second edition, it didn't hop up, but it was put into the running.
well,
Um,
I'm trying to think of all the character building, boss battling, campaign
yeah,
style games, and
yeah,
I can't.
yeah. No, you're right there.
Um,
I don't even know if you're aware of this one, but it's gonna make so much sense whenever I put it up.
is it Blood?
It is Aeon Trespass Odyssey, the 12 Sins of
Oh,
Heracles.
okay, yeah, I would have guessed that in a million years.
Yeah. So now this is technically I have summer here because this says 2026, but they have four boxes for each season. I do not think all of them are coming out next year. Um, in fact, I don't even know if the other ones, Aeon Trespass, Odyssey. Um, they have, well, let's see. Aeon Trespass. I guess it's not Odyssey, it's Aeon. They have summer and then spring says 2026, but then there's autumn and winter. But I do not think they're all coming out next year. But yes, it is a kind of standalone game. So this does not continue the rest of the Odyssey series. So it's not broken up into cycles. It's broken up into these four things. So kind of like almost four big box campaign games. But it from what I have seen and what I have heard, it is more akin to Aeon Trespass Odyssey, but where they have kind of improved upon the system, where it's not as not clunky, but kind of like as drawn out. It's a little bit simpler. I think from what I've heard, they've removed like the resource management and the tech tree that Odyssey had into a more streamlined system. Um, but I think in this I think you play as the children of Hercules or Heracles in this case. And then you're just kind of going over the things that he had to go through to become a god. I cannot think of what that word was. Um But an alternate antiquity where reality-shattering cataclysm killed the Olympian gods and unleashed otherworldly primordials. 12 Sins of Heracles places players in the role of Argonauts. So it's pretty much more ATO, just more streamlined.
Right.
Um, The base game covers 3 regions and 3 campaigns. I don't even know if this is actually pulled for 12 Sins of Heracles. This feels like it was pulled from Aeon Trespass Odyssey. Let's see, is it in here? Aeon Trespass and yeah, second printing and 12 Sins of Heracles. So it to me it was almost like they had wrapped up Aeon Trespass Odyssey and they're like, oh shit, we need to make more content for it. So they did this 12 Sins of Heracles. Um, I mean, just the comparison between the two. Here's the ATO core game, and then here's the the ATO 12 Sins TCI TCOH. So yeah, I mean, Aeon Trespass Odyssey is a 10 out of 10 game for me. There was no reality where any of these other games were going to surpass this. Um, I absolutely love this world. I mean, the boss fights are literally ripped from Kingdom Death Monster with a much improved tweak, in my opinion, on how they manage all that. But I am curious. I know there's a guy that I actually talked to on Discord who is very helpful throughout the series of my ATO stuff. He's way more in depth with these differences, but yeah, I'm not quite sure as to how much content is in each box. Like, because I know again, there's summer, spring, winter, autumn, and winter. So it's like, is this basically 4 separate core games? I don't think they connect to each other, but yeah, yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I cannot wait. I probably won't even fucking get to it next year when it comes out because I still haven't finished my ATO stuff. But oh wait, here it is. Odyssey and 12 Cents of Heracles is fully compatible on a mechanical level. That means you can, for example, battle the 12 Sins Primordials in an ATO campaign and use ATO Titans in this world of mix and match. That's pretty cool. So
Yeah,
I don't know how they're going to integrate them completely, but oh, here it is. Each region of 12 Sins of Heracles has its own campaign. So, and this art is just so fucking good.
yeah,
Like I love the kind of like high tech. This guy has a helmet of a shark. Uh I love the kind of fantasy, not fantasy, but like the fantastical element in the Greek mythology. I think
yes.
it's just so cool. And the writing for this game is top notch. So, yeah, not as I mean it's kind of interesting because I feel like I'm slightly more excited for like Story of Many or Lands of Evershade because they are completely unique and new, but I know Into the Unknown is going to deliver with Aeon Trespass.
Did,
So,
did that say 832 euros?
no, no, it didn't. Oh, I was like, how'd you even see that? Yeah, I want to make it very clear. I am not showing the game found because I want people
I
to, oh,
know.
look how much money
I
I
know.
have.
I know.
Don't just live vicariously through me. Don't
There you go.
like I'll be the idiot who spends money and so you don't have to.
That works.
Um but yeah, no, it's not cheap. But I mean if we were to ever do a top 5 or top 10 game, like we should do that where it's like top 10 games that like we would keep forever or something like that, where it's like if we had to
Yeah.
shrink down our games, our collections to just 10 games, these are to be the ones we'd pick.
Yep.
Um, I mean, I could literally get rid of every single game and keep these ATOs and never run out of content.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's my number one game that I'm excited for in 2026.
Do you have any idea on mine?
I would have thought it was Odalin. Um, is it a crossover? There's
No.
no way. Yeah. What have you been harping on? It's probably a boring ass Euro. So, um, here, hold on. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. I will have to pull this over. Because is it one that I am aware of that
You
didn't
know
make?
it. You know it.
I do
You,
know it.
you,
Okay.
you just didn't back it.
Got it. Okay. Was it one that I almost backed and then pulled out?
I don't believe you were
Okay.
going to back it.
Um, yeah, you know what? I don't know. I don't know. If I didn't
Well,
back it, then it probably
you're
didn't.
you're going to have a tough time getting it because it's I'll just explain. All right.
Okay.
So when I was making this list, um, this game came up as a 2027 game. Uh,
Oh, okay.
but its release was set for January of 27, and then they've been talking in different. I've been reading stuff and all that, and they're running it enough ahead of schedule that it's actually looking at the end of 26. That's why I went ahead and put it on here because January 27. I
Dang.
mean, it's like because it's made in the United States, so it's going to be a game that's is when it's done, it's going to get to us quick. We don't have to wait on ships. We don't have to wait on all that crap. Um, and knowing that, then you know what this game is.
Yep. And it's funny because, well, go ahead and say it because
It's Hub World,
Hub World.
Eidolon or Eidolon,
I
Eidolon, however you
okay.
say it.
It's so funny. When I was making, the list of possible games, I had this game in my head. I was like, yeah, this could potentially make it into the list. I could not remember the name of it.
Oh gosh.
I was like, what was that game? Like, because I am also kind of excited for it, but I was like, I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's probably not going to make the top 20 anyway, so I didn't even ask you what it
Yeah,
was.
yeah, because we
Yes,
we
this is
had
100%.
yeah, I because we had like promo decks that were the exact
Yep.
same deck that we tested a little bit and played for your review or kind of like a talk. We made a video on
Like
it.
an impressions. Yeah.
Yeah, impressions. But so I mean, if you listen to this channel, you know I'm all Netrunner. Like Netrunner is my favorite competitive card game. I played it competitively, all that stuff. It kind of went aside, and I've been looking for its replacement.
Hmm.
Well, this game is the replacement. Like it is Netrunner. They just changed the terms. I mean, for the most part,
Pretty
like
much.
pretty much. I mean, there's little differences here and there, but this is Netrunner. Like you have, they have names for your hand, they have names for your deck, they have names for your discard pile. Your lanes have names. Um, the biggest difference with this is, I mean, your lanes can only go 3 deep, so that's
Hmm.
the biggest. Because in Netrunner you can make them as tall as you wanted, but the biggest thing
Did
with
anyone
this,
ever do that? Was that ever like a deck build where it's like, I have a 43 card lane?
I would run easily 8, 9, 10 in a lane,
Okay.
just because you had to protect it. I mean, if it was protection, man, you had to. Even if they could break all the ice, they were going to pay a lot of money for it, and they could only do it once or twice. But anyway,
Gotcha.
so the biggest difference with this was in Netrunner, one person was just the corp, one person was the runner, and the
Hmm.
runner was trying to steal agendas from the corp. The corp was trying to kill or deck the runner. So in this game, you were both doing the same thing. They found a way to merge the corp and the runner for each person
Yeah.
to control at the same time. So, and what you're trying to steal is the other person's agents. So you are looking to try to steal. You have to put 6 agents in your deck, and they can be agents. You could play them out on the board, and that people may know exactly where they're at that point. But they also have really good abilities. Um,
Hmm.
but if you get 3 agents, if you can procure 3 agents from your opponent, you win. Um,
Yep.
so they have, like I said, it's more or less Netrunner. You're going to have the obstacles, the stuff that go. There's going to be things that stop people. Money. How you can't just steal a agent either because they're expensive. So you have to pay to get all the way through there, and then you have to pay the money to steal them.
Yep.
Um, and like just playing those generic basic decks that time was like, yeah, I'm all about this. And
Yeah, you could see the bones are there. I know we had a little bit of concern with the unbalance or the imbalance of the character you picked.
Right.
Because there was like one that just consistently gave you money, and it's like, why would I ever not pick this one?
Right. And like those were
So
just those basic ones. Like they're going to have so
yeah,
many characters because there's 4 factions that are going to come in this
yep.
game and stuff, and there's going to be multiple agents or leaders for each one, I'm sure. But
Hmm.
the whole reason that this one was going to push to 2027 is because they're making the other sets as this
Yeah.
one's being made so that like they can consistently, unlike FFG, they can consistently, when this big box set comes out, then the next one will come out a few months later and it's actually going to be a box set. Like you're not going to buy packs. It's going to be, it could be a standalone box. If you wanted to jump into the game late, you don't have to buy all the packs prior. Like, but all those cards in the next box set will just add more leaders and stuff to what you already have.
Hmm.
And you're building I think a 30 card deck, a 36 card deck. And
Dude, how are you going to manage this and Star Wars Unlimited?
um,
Like
I
that's
don't
that's
know.
that's a
That's a question for 2027. Like this one's gonna be a lot cheaper, but
yeah, that's true.
but like
It's not a money thing, it's a time. It's a time
yeah,
thing.
um,
Like this
the the
this one I'm very excited for as well. I don't fuck around with LLGs really because I mean just because they take usually a lot of packs are released and it's a lot of upkeep and they barely ever get played. But I did really um like the gameplay
yeah,
of this
and
one.
I backed it at the competitor level. It's super expensive, and it's a lot of it's because it's
It
made in
is.
the U.S. I mean, that's a lot of it. But
Yeah.
the shipping's going to be next to nothing, and it's just like
You
it's
didn't have to pay extra on tariffs.
right, right. But I paid 260, and what that got me was um, I got 2 play mats, so we could like for when I play with somebody that doesn't know the game, like you.
Yeah.
I bought the deluxe wooden tokens, 2 of those, so each player could have deluxe
Nice.
wooden tokens, and then it came with 2 of the core boxes of this first set. So
Yeah.
that way, each person has their full play sets of whatever they need, and stuff. So um, but yeah, and the other thing that was, and it automatically sent me to this because people could be like, "Oh, it's the next Netrunner and stuff," and anybody could say that. But
Yeah.
when you look at it, Michael Boggs is the creator of this, and he was the one doing the last like third of Netrunner. Like so, when it went away, he went over into this, and so that's why it's so much like Netrunner because
Yeah.
he was Netrunner, like he made it and play,
Yeah.
and
It's like
all that stuff.
whenever video game devs go from, Bungie or, whatever, I can't think of the company that did like Mass Effect, and they go to a different team. It's like, yeah, you take all the talent with you.
Right.
So I know Siri.
So
Um,
that was why this
yeah,
was
and
obviously my
Earthboard
one.
Games did Earthboard Rangers, which I didn't
Yes.
keep. It had a lot. The card play of Earthbound Rangers was really good, but because that had a lot of Arkham Horror LCG vibes
Hmm.
with that one. So
Well, and yeah, and this company, Earthborn Games, like they do the green processing. Like,
mhm.
so this isn't just made in the U.S. Like, they have a U.S. company, they have a European company, they have a South American company, like the place that they print them. So you don't
Yeah,
because they're saving on the fuel and they're good for the environment and stuff.
hmm,
Like Earthborn
yeah,
Rangers packaging is recycled,
yep,
stuff. So it's like it's just one of those things. I'm just super pumped for this and to get
yeah.
my
I am
Netrunner
also
fix again.
excited to see the final product because, like you said, it was just the promo decks that were kind of like, here's the idea of how the game works, and it's like
Right.
this could be solid. So,
Yeah, because
yep,
some of
again,
those different leaders have different play styles, so you can build a deck for that play style. These all we
yep,
had the identical 30 card decks. It's just a different
that's
leader.
yeah,
So yeah.
yep, cool.
So that's my number uno.
Alrighty. Well, those are our full top 20 games that we are excited for in 2026. Looking to shape up to be a very awesome year. So we'll see. I mean, I guess I'll keep a running tab over games that were delivered and in the year. So we'll see how many of those actually come out. And yeah, let us know what games you are excited for in 2026 and what you think of these games. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.